Good morning all. Welcome to today online class session. In our last class, we had a discussion on soft skills. Since the scope of soft skills is very bigger than any other topics, so in our earlier class we had a discussion on motivation and goal setting. In our today's session, we are going to have a discussion on self-confidence, which comes under soft skills. So, first of all, what do you mean by self-confidence? So, first of all, we have to go through what is the self-confidence is, right? Look at this one. Self-confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities and judgment. So, self-confidence is nothing but it's a kind of own feeling, our own feeling of our abilities, of our qualities and of our judgment. How we can judge the things and what are the qualities that we have and what are the abilities that we have. That means self-confidence is nothing but a person who knows what the merits and what the demerits of his personal, and also he should know what kind of abilities that he possesses, and also at the same time he should know whether he can judge the things well or not. So this is what self-confidence is. And then next, it is a skill that judges your performance in any field. So self-confidence is a component that judges your performance in any field, whatever the field might be. If you are going for engineering field, it will prove your ability. If you are going to some other kind of fields, this kind of self-confidence shows your ability. So nowadays self-confidence is being lacked by so many students, as they knew very well that they have very much self-confidence within them, but the thing is when they going to present, when they go for presentation, so because of this self-confidence, lack of self-confidence, what happens, they get fumble at that particular situation. So that is why one should have confidence within him, so that he can deal with any kind of a situation in any kind of a context, right? And then next, it appears extremely to others as behavior, body language, speaking style and speech content. So not only this self-confidence judges your performance in any field, but it also appears, or it also denotes what kind of a behavior that you have, what kind of a body language that you have, what kind of a speaking style that you are possessing, and what kind of speech, whether it is contented or non-contented. So all these things will denote by your self-confidence. One is your behavior, the second one is body language, and the third one is speaking style, and the fourth one is speech content. And then next, a confident person inspires others and thus can become a successful man. A person who is possessing, a person who is having self-confidence within him, he inspires, he ignites so many fellows, whoever around him. So in psychological term, there are two words, extrovert and introvert. So introvert means a person who doesn't want to involve in any kind of activity, a person who always wants to sit alone, a person who doesn't want to speak to anyone is an introvert. Extrovert, on the other hand, he can make friends like anything. He always, he can be seen always in a happy mood. So generally, those who are, look happy, those who are, keep smiling face, and people shows interest, in order to make friendship with them. So self-confident person is nothing but, we can say in other words, a person who is having self-confidence, he is an extrovert. So he inspires others and thus can become a successful person. So that means self-confidence is a mandatory thing that every individual should possess at any cost, under any circumstances. Right. And then next, it is not a set of rules which can be learned but comes from your inner self. This is the problem with self-confidence. So there is no any kind of theoretical, rules. It is not a set of rules that you can learn from the books, right? It has to possess by your inner self. So you have to learn. There will not be any kind of, what you call set of rules or books or any sources, that you can learn from those things, right? It has to come from your inner self. And then next, it is the way to think in a positive way. So when you are possessing self-confidence within you, your nature of thinking will be always positive. You will never go for negative thoughts. You always go for positive thought. And what happens if you are having self-confidence? That leads to positive attitude and avoiding the negative negative thoughts, and believe in your abilities to give the best performance. So once you get self-confidence, that leads to positive attitude or positive way. If you start thinking, and this leads to finally you can believe that in your abilities to give the best performance. So you can give the best performance of you. So if you possess self-confidence or positive attitude, right? And then next, it helps to see and judge your strengths, at the same time learn from your mistakes. So this is also one of the important components, which everybody has to learn. So old experiences, whatever the things that you have done before in your life, if you have self-confidence within you, which leads to positive thinking and your performance, where you can present your best performance, and also it helps to judge whether you have done good thing or wrong thing. If you could have done a wrong thing, where you have committed mistakes. So it is very important to every individual, to know something about, to know his previous mistakes, merits and demerits, right? So that you can lead a good life in the future. And also, it makes you feel and be happy always. So see how many things, how many components that are coming just because of self-confidence. So now you will be always happy, no more compulsions, no more tensions, no more problems. So if you have this self-confidence with you, it makes you feel and be happy always. And then next, it helps build friendships and earn respect also. So it will allow other people to make friendship with you, and at the same time you will get a good recognition in the society, and as well as you will get a good respect in the society. Right. Then next, confidence plays an important role in workplaces such as for job interviews. So confidence, self-confidence is a main important component that works in your workplaces and particularly when you are going to take up your interviews in a board meetings and in project presentation, etc. So wherever you go, you have to possess this self-confidence, because nowadays all of you are very much familiar that in this competitive world it has become very harder to get any kind of a employability. So when you are going for interviews, particularly in a multinational companies, you have to show your ability with self-confidence. So if even acquiring marks sometimes is not a measuring rod to get jobs. It is your self-confidence levels, that proves how much ability you are and how you present your skills in front of the employer is very, very important. So it plays an important role in workplaces such as job interviews, board meetings, or in a project presentation, etc., etc. Then if you lack in self-confidence, you might lose the job. This is what I have told you just now. If you lack this self-confidence, what happens? People don't want you at any cost, under any circumstances. So you have to maintain the self-confidence in order to prove yourself. So because self-confidence always leads to positive attitude. So positive attitude that reflects your abilities always. Then your body posture also plays an important role in confidence building. So the way you sit, the way you walk, the way you talk, while talking, your body posture should be very careful, because this is also one of the components that takes major role, pivotal role in confidence building. Like you should always have an eye contact with a person when you talk. So this line I have so many times I have suggested you people, whenever you are speaking to anyone, your eye contact should be directly, it should meet the opposite person, right? This has come, this point has come in conversation also. So your eye contact will be important, and your eye contact with a person when you talk, right? And you should not hunch but sit upright. So you should not, the way you sit, you are not supposed to sit, by bending your shoulders like. So you have to sit upright and be well dressed with confidence in your personality. So here where so many people lose their jobs because of their choice of colors. So according to the context, according to the situation, you have to dress properly, because no dazzling colors should be used to take up any kind of a interview, right? So you have to be very dignified. So your dress code should be very, very neat, right? That expresses your confidence levels in the interview board, right? When you speak, your language should be clear and audible. Don't mumble. So whenever you speak, your language should be clear and audible. That means everybody should able to listen your audio voice or whatever you are talking. So it should be audible and it should be clear to others with a moderate tone. Moderate means a kind of tempo, a kind of what you call moderate means gentle. In a gentle manner you have to speak, right? It should be clear, it should be audible and moderate tone, right? build self-confidence in your by being positive in your attitude. Okay, you have to build your self-confidence, by yourself, by being positive always. Don't ever go for negative thoughts, negative attitude, right? And now, let us come to the qualities of the self-confident. Okay, let us go for qualities of the self-confident. What are the parameters, or what are the components that a self-confident person possesses? Now look at this diagram, in which you can come across with 5 circles, right? In the middle, qualities of a self-confident person. What are the qualities that differs a self-confident person from non-confident self-confident persons, right? First quality, you should be strong. You should be strong. That means unless you possess self-confidence, you will not be a strong boy, right? So through self-confidence, you always look strong mentally and also physically also. And second quality, trustworthy. You have to be trustworthy. That means people is supposed to trust you. That kind of credibility you should possess. Trustworthy means nothing but credibility. So whenever you are speaking something or whenever you are doing something, people has to believe this person can do it in a well-balanced way, in a well-balanced manner. So that kind of a trustworthiness you have to build. So first of all, you should have strong. That means unless you possess self-confidence with you, you will not become a strong man or a woman or a girl. And then the next component is trustworthy. That means you have to be loyal, you have to be moderate, right? You have to be credible. This is the second component or quality of a self-confidence person. And the third component, or the third characteristic of a self-confidence person is inspiring. You have to inspire others. That means you have to be trustworthy, you have to be very strong, you should have a good self-confidence. So that inspires a lot of people around you. And then sometimes you are supposed to work with the multinational companies where you have to work with a team. All right. So in team, sometimes you may act as a leader also. So that means when you have possessing self-confidence, you should possess automatically the leadership qualities also, right? You have to lead the entire team. So leadership quality also you can acquire by your self-confidence, right? And then next, skilled. So when you possess self-confidence, that leads to strongness, right? And trustworthiness. And then next, inspires people. And when you have leadership qualities, right? The fifth component is skilled. So you can learn, you can make yourself as a skilled person when you have self-confidence within you, right? Any skill can be learned. You can learn by sources, right? If you have self-confidence with you, right? Then next, what next point, let us come. So build your self-confidence. Now how to build your self-confidence, right? Self-confidence can be built by practicing and mastering it. So there is a old proverb, practice makes a man perfect or a woman perfect, right? You have to keep on practicing. So if you keep on practicing, what happens? One fine day, definitely you will overcome everything, whatever the problem that you are facing. Constant practice builds strength and focus to accomplish a task. So continuous practice builds the strength and focus to accomplish the task, whatever the task that has been given by your teacher or your company or your manager, that can be easily accomplished if you constantly practice it. It taps knowledge subconsciously and creates an ability to even shoot in the dark. So even in the darkness also, this self-confidence, by making constant practice, you can be able to work even in the darkness also, isn't it? Talking positive about self is a sign of inspiring oneself. So talking always positive is nothing but it is a sign of, or it is a gesture of inspiring oneself. Level self-confidence varies with situations as it depends on the situations and skills possessed. So self-confidence, it may differ with situations because it depends on the situations and skills possessed by you. It is important to focus on how you perceive a situation as it helps improve the performance. So you have to be very careful. It is important to focus on how you perceive, how you receive the things. Situations like, it is not a cakewalk like sometimes our life is. So you have to perceive the situation in a positive manner so that it helps to improve the performance. Happiness also plays an important role in confidence building. So be happy, keep smiling on your face, because it builds, it aggrandizes, your self-confidence building. Then next, who is a confident person? Who is a confident person? Right. See, who is the confident person? A confident person who does whatever he or she feels right, ignoring others' criticism. See, nowadays, criticism has become very common thing, People are having that much of time to criticize you on any issue or on anything. So that is why a confident person, whoever possessing this confidence, the first point is he does whatever, he or she does whatever feels right by ignoring others' criticism. This is the first, what you call quality of a confident person. Now, look at the second quality. He is willing to take the risk to achieve better things. So you should be always show your willingness in order to take any kind of a risk, to achieve better things in your life. Because, most of the people, they do not want to take risks. Unless you take the risk, it cannot be possible to achieve better things in anybody's life. So you always show your willingness to take any kind of a risk to achieve anything in your life. This is the second quality. Third one, learns from mistakes by admitting them. Admitting your mistakes is the biggest asset to anyone. I tell you very frankly, because when you are admitting your fault, you have come to know that you have committed a mistake. So once you realize your mistake where you have done, you will try to rectify them, isn't it? This is not something, which is egregious, which cannot be rectified. Most of us, we commit mistakes in our life. That is very common. But it is very important, have you learned anything from your mistake or not is very important. So by admitting them, what you are doing, you are learning the things from your mistakes, so that you would not do any kind of wrong in the future. Then next, what is the fourth quality of a confident person? Accepts compliments graciously. You have to accept compliments, whenever you are complimented by people, you have to accept them graciously. And the last one, the quality of a confident person, waits for others to recognize and compliment his or her accomplishments. Waits for others to recognize and compliment his or her accomplishments. So patience is badly required for anything, my dear. So you should be patient. Sometimes it may not be possible to get compliments from your boss. So wait for time is very important. So patience is very, very important. You have to be patient in these kind of things. So that maybe later also, they can recognize your work, they can recognize your ability. So that means you have to be patient always. So these are the 5 qualities of a confident person. A confident person does whatever or she feels right, ignoring other criticism. And the second one is willing to take any kind of risk to achieve better things. And the third one is learning from mistakes by admitting them. And the fourth one is accepts compliments graciously. And the fifth one is wait for others to recognize and compliment his or her accomplishment. Then, ways to improve self-confidence. How you can improve your confidence. For example, look at the table here. For example, if you are given a task of doing a PowerPoint presentation on a project and you are not familiar with the software to be used, it would lead to a kind of insecure feeling and frustration within oneself. So think that you are supposed to present your project on a PowerPoint presentation, and being illiterate of computer, you do not know anything about computer, you do not know anything about PowerPoint presentation, how the slides can be made. This kind of feeling or this kind of situation, it leads to feel insecure and frustration sometimes. Such a situation can be overcome by seeking guidance and help from others on how to learn and do it. In such kind of things, what you have to do, you have to take others who are expert in computer knowledge. So some people mind to ask help from some people. Don't shy in this kind of situation. You have to go and you have to take the help of others whoever expert in that particular field. Right? Don't hesitate. After learning, a feeling of confidence builds in yourself that helps you to complete the task. So as soon as you learn from the technique, from the experts, how to use a computer, how to prepare PowerPoint presentation, a kind of confidence feeling builds in yourself, and that leads to complete your task effectively. There are many other ways to improve self-confidence as listed below. Some list has been given here, which can improve your self-confidence. Right? What are they? Have self-esteem. Number one, desire to be confident. Desire to be confident, say something positive. Okay, have self-esteem. You have to build yourself, my dear. Nobody is going to help you. First of all, try to be a self-esteemed person. That means self-establishment. And then next, read something different. So you have to read. We should keep on reading extensively, my dear. So many times, nowadays, people are going for Google searching in the net. That will not help you in a long journey. So it is very important, to keep on reading books and read something different. And the next one is, to improve your self-confidence is, you have to control your anger. You should not lose your temper. You should have that capability to control your anger. Right? And then next, see, listening to expert lectures and seminars. This will also helps you a lot by listening expert lectures and seminars, various seminars and presentations. This will build you self-confidence level. And third one, have patience. Patience is much more required to any individual. And then build knowledge. Build knowledge means, once again, you have to keep reading different books, different kind of reading. And also, nowadays it has become very common because computer has become mandatory for everyone. So build that kind of technical knowledge also, and be intellectual. Be intellectual means, once again, how will you become intellectual? If you keep on reading good books, different books, if you keep on listening good expert lectures, seminars, you can build your knowledge as well as automatically you will become intellectual. Right. Then next, self-analysis of strengths and weaknesses. So what are the strengths possessing by you? What are the weaknesses that lagging behind you? You have to analyze yourself. So what are your merits? What are your demerits? What are your strengths or what are your weaknesses? Right. And then next, examining self-talk. So it is better to go through your self-talk. Right? Are you using good language or unparliamentary language or required language or contextual language? You have to examine your self-talk. And then next, help someone challenge yourself. You have to challenge yourself. Yes, I can do it. So in the previous lesson, goal setting, when we had a discussion on motivation and goal setting, we have come across this. Challenge yourself. You have to think in a positive way, which inculcates a kind of self challenge, so that you can feel, yeah, I can do it. Okay, then use imaginary such as what is it like, how does it feel, etc. So sometimes you have to use imaginary, what was it like and how does it feel. Then next, follow the leader. Don't shy. Okay? Remember past accomplishments. So whatever the success, whatever the achievements that you have done earlier or before, try to remember them, because these things also will boost your self-confidence levels. And goal setting. You should have a goal. You should have a goal. And last one is achieving small goals at a time. So now Small goals means, what are the small goals? Right now you people are studying degree level, so your small goals are, completing your assignment works, preparation of examination, getting good marks. So these are all the comes under what you call small goals at a time. Right. Then next, effects of sorry, effects of being overconfident or being less confident. So what that affects you if you will be a overconfident, or if you will be a less confident? What are the effects? Overconfidence creates problems, failures, and consequently depression. So this is the bad thing of overconfidence. Don't overestimate yourself. Sometimes overconfidence always create problems, and problems, once you rounded with problem, what happens? Definitely failure will take place, and that leads to depression, right? For example, traffic accidents caused due to overconfident drivers. So this is a very, very common example, since you people are also coming on the bikes. Sometimes we exceed our limits. We often used to, you people often used to forget there is a brake which can be controlled, but you keep on concentrating on accelerator. So this kind of a overconfident leads to serious accidents. Cheating someone, financial gambling. Okay, if you are an overconfident fellow, so these are all the problems will take place in your life. So cheating someone, financial gambling, etc. Overconfident people have an opinion about themselves in the terms of skills, personality, and intelligence. So this is the what you call one of the bad qualities that overconfident people possess, is they have a kind of high opinion on themselves. This is the problem with them. So in terms of whether it is in terms of skills, or terms of personality, or terms of intelligence. So now look at the lower confidence. What are the effects, that if you are being a less confident person? Low self-confidence causes self-consciousness, behavior based on other judgment, avoid taking risk, fear failures, remain in comfort zone, arrogance. See how many things will take place if you are a less confident fellow, less self-confident fellow. So you will become what you call self-conscious fellow. You never worry about anyone, right? And behavior based on others' judgment, avoid taking risk. So you do not want to take any kind of risk in your life, right? And then next, remain in comfort zone. That means you don't want to take any kind of risk, right? Always you want to sit in a comfort zone. Arrogance, delusion, admitting mistakes, and do not take other people's accomplishments. Not being self-confident leads to negative thinking and self-criticism. Okay, and look at the examples. In the day-to-day tasks, there are targets that are accomplished without any questions or hesitations, right? In our day-to-day life, what happens? There are number of targets that have been given by companies or banks or wherever you are working, right? You have to accomplish them within the time limit. If a hard task or a challenge comes forward, then the decision or action is not instantaneous. So you cannot work instantly. So for suppose a big task has been given to you, it will not happen overnight. It will take some time, because you have to work hard. It takes time to act upon it or wait for others to help decide. Okay, so sometimes you have to take help from others also. This could be due to personal or professional reason. So it may be personal and it may be professional reasons. We should not hesitate to take help from others whenever we require. Ability to handle the situations with the courage and strength is an attribute of self-confidence. At any level, you should not lose your self-confidence. So self-confidence that boosts you, ability to handle the situation with courage and strength. Okay. This requires ability to decide what is wrong and what is right. Most of us, we do not know, what you call to decide what is wrong, what is right. This happens everywhere. Most of students, I asked so many times, why did you opt for this group, they used to tell, sir, my cousin said that I have to take BPC, or my brother said that I have to take BCom computer. So this is wrong. It is you that decides yourself what is wrong, what is right. Okay. And then next, goal accomplishment. Achieving goals is primarily the task to go ahead and to strive for it without feeling nervous. Right? So you cannot achieve anything in your life if you don't work hard with a dedication, with a devotion, with self-confidence. It gives an opportunity to exhibit capabilities and talent in a competitive manner. Right? It gives an opportunity to exhibit capabilities and talent in a competitive manner. And then next, taking right decisions. Decisions that make one popular to win favor. Appreciation is considered a mark of self-confidence. The decision benefits others and give an opportunity to accomplish a task that feels right. Right? Taking a right decision at right time is badly required for everyone. Right? You have to take right decision and at the right time. No question of procrastination. That means postponement. Right? Because some mistakes, can be rectified, but some mistakes, cannot be rectified in your lifetime. Right? So that is why taking a right decision, at the right time is badly required for every individual. Don't go for others sometimes. My brother says like this, that is why I have come. My mother said to take this one. Don't go for all those things. Okay? You have to take right decision at the right time. Right. Then next, learning new skills. One of the tasks to learn new skills in the process of decision making. So this is also very important component. One of the important components, I have told you so many times, go for foreign language. Instead of, besides English, Hindi, Telugu, okay, why don't you learn other languages? For example, if you are working with a multinational company, what happens? You think that your manager wants to send you to German or a France or a Japan. So if you learn Japanese language or French language or German language, then you feel comfortable over there. So you will feel cosmopolitan. Right? So learning new skills, you should keep on learning the new things. It helps, in your decision making. An instinct to exhibit new skills in the process of learning is considered as an indication of exhibiting self-confidence. So instinct, the natural instinct that exhibits new skills in the process of learning is considered as an indication of exhibiting self-confidence. Inability to adjust to new situations is considered a sign of lacking self-confidence. That means just now I have mentioned cosmopolitanism. So you have to learn, you have to mold yourself according to the situation, according to the place. Otherwise, you are not going to get success in your life. So, like this, today session completes, my dear, where we have discussed, soft skills, particularly on self-confidence, how to build self-confidence, qualities of a self-confident person. Then next, who is a confident person, and then next, ways to improve self-confidence, right? Where we have come across with have self-esteem, control anger, patience, self-analysis, strengths and weaknesses, examining self-talk, use imaginary such as what, like, how does it feel, remember past accomplishments, goal setting, achieving small goals at time, read something different, listening to expert lectures and seminars, and build knowledge, be intellectual, help someone, challenge yourself, follow the leader, and the effects of being overconfident as well as being less confident. And then next, goal accomplishment, taking right decision, learning new skills. So we'll meet in the next class session. Till then, bye. Thank you all.